What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. On today's video, we're going to be exploring an area of Sarasota called Gulf Gate Estates. It's on the southern end of Sarasota, and it's a very interesting neighborhood. It's a lot of Italian restaurants and little delis, and it seems like there's quite the little cultural hub here. So a lot of Europeans moved to the Sarasota area, particularly because of in Northport there is the mineral springs, and a lot of Europeans thought it was the fountain of youth, or at least that it has some rejuvenating powers. Thus, you have a large European population that has always lived here in the southern side of Sarasota, close to Northport. So with that, you have here somewhat of an interesting area. It's an older neighborhood. You can see here we have like some duplexes and just some affordable housing. Sarasota, a lot of people think it's an expensive city, but there is a lot of affordability within Sarasota. Now, this little area here is interesting because it's like its own little miniature downtown, its own little community within the southern tip of Sarasota. They have their own little business center here. Lots of Italian and European restaurants and businesses. But it also has somewhat of a sketchy vibe. And it's not overall a bad area. It's a nice area, but it does have its little quirks and features, as Doug DeMuro would say. But there's a lot of little delis and Italian shops, and they're good. They really are. I recently discovered Italian orange sodas at one of these little Italian shops. They had like, it's like a little sandwich shop. You go in there, and I realized they sell these Italian sodas next to the Coke. So I'm thinking, okay, if you're Italian or whatever, this is what you would normally drink with your food if you're not Americanized. And they were great. I've discovered that, and a lot of stuff, little Italian stores, and it's kind of like a little miniature downtown if you think about it. But all this is kind of an odd, off the beaten path type of neighborhood as well. And if you drive on US 41, you'll miss this whole thing over here. It's only when you actually start getting familiar with the area that you come in here. But even like when I went in the little deli, the employees were clearly like real Italians. You know, like the look, the language, the dialect, everything, like real Italian. So very authentic little area, and neat little neighborhood here in Sarasota. Something completely different and out of the realm of normality. Sarasota has a lot of great culture, man. This city, in all directions you look, there's different ethnic foods and different little subcultures within the city. Now, a lot of the residents here are kind of elderly. It's an older neighborhood, lots of older houses. Some of them are gorgeous neighborhoods with big trees. Just go real slow here. Big trees. Gorgeous little areas. Now, you do have US 41, and any metropolitan area this size along the major highways, you're always going to have a little bit of vagrancy along the major roads. And again, it's an older neighborhood, so it's not the fanciest area of town. It's kind of people who bought here a long time ago, a lot of them. And they've been in the area forever. So, it's not like other parts of Sarasota that have been inundated with. Hey, the lady waved at us, cool. Ooh, look at the Cadillac on Dobbs now. They're not pimping now. But, other areas of Sarasota have been inundated with investment and money. This is more like just people that are from here, or that have been here since like the 50s. I've worked for a few elderly people in this neighborhood, and they've been pretty cool, very interesting. There are homeless people sleeping right there. There's a homeless person, two homeless people just sleeping there on the side of the road. And they're actually sleeping. I think I know one of them. I think I've seen one of these dudes. Oh, there's a bus station here. Okay, that kind of explains it. So there's definitely homelessness visible here, and that's kind of the reality of Florida right now. We'll see if that new law that the governor signed makes a difference with the homeless population. But you can see there's somebody over there reading a book. So there's at least 4 homeless people just right here. I figured there'd be a reason. Here's a 5th one right here. This guy's just sleeping underneath the balcony right here. And then you got somebody dumpster diving over here, doing something behind the dumpster. Yeah, there's somebody just back here behind this dumpster. So that's 5, 6. He's fixing a bicycle behind this thing back here, and out of sight. There's definitely homeless camps here. There's actually enough garbage back in the woods there to assume it's a homeless camp. So yeah, that's the thing about Sarasota. It's like, even this kind of like just normal neighborhood has a visible homeless population. It's very sad that this situation exists. And when it gets there on the right, there's probably homeless as well. But then they can panhandle here as well. It's a big major area of commerce, major highways, and yeah, there's somebody panhandling over here. And yeah, it's really sad, to be honest, what's happening. And there's actually another homeless camp that's larger on the other side heading towards Siesta Key. So this area definitely has visible homelessness. And I said there's a level of vagrancy here that's visible. And it's really sad because that's not even the point of today's video. I didn't even know I was going to run into that. What I really wanted to show you guys were some of the nicer looking neighborhoods that are in here. But unfortunately, that's also present here in this part of Sarasota. I don't know what's going to happen with homelessness in Florida. The new law would, in theory, deter a lot of the homelessness. Let's go back down Gateway again. We were just on this road. I'm trying to I wanted to show you guys kind of like the nicer neighborhoods back here, but obviously kind of lost focus there. This is a no outlet road. Now it is pretty hot, so I do have to run the air conditioner over the phone. Otherwise the phone will get so hot it'll turn off, because it is in the 90s outside right now. But you can see, like, this is what the average street out here looks like. Beautiful tree, older houses, which nothing wrong with that. The fact that they're older houses isn't a problem. If they're well kept and they're nice, that's not exactly a problem to itself. I actually like these neighborhoods. I like the style. I like the age of the homes. Single level ranch homes. I like it. I think the real issue with this area is one, that it's an older area and that doesn't really contribute to a whole lot of property value. Is that a mango tree? Let's see here. It's almost mango season. Oh, it's a raspberry tree or something else. I have a few mattresses right here for garbage pickup. This will make a good addition to a homeless camp somewhere. But you can see a shopping cart in front of this house right here. And the shopping cart actually has some bicycle parts in it. So maybe some scrap metal collection. It's sad to say that Florida is almost like getting to the point where California is to homelessness, where it's just a normal, ever-present part of living here, and it's not really cool. But that's the reality. Here's like a neighborhood on the outskirts of the city that's older. It's not exactly a rundown neighborhood. There's a nightclub there, Rebellion Nightclub. Rebellion Nightclub. But it is interesting that a neighborhood of this demographic, you know, just like an older neighborhood of people that have been here forever, retired, has just a massive visible homeless problem. I think that's interesting because it isn't what you would expect in a neighborhood like this. You expect a neighborhood like this to have just not have homeless at all, not to have entire encampments, and it's sad. It really is. There's also an Oriental Food and Gifts here. Ocean Massage. There's a purple Lambo right there. An aquarium and pet center. That sounds cool. And the other benefit of this area is that you're right by the entrance of Siesta Key. There's more shopping in this area than we'd have time to cover on today's video, but there's a lot of malls, shopping. Overall, I think it's a great neighborhood. I like the vibes. I like the style of the neighborhoods and the houses and stuff. It's just hard to wrap your head around the idea that this type of just normal neighborhood has this problem. And of course, we've done an extensive amount of videos with the homeless. I think I might eventually back off that topic. A lot of people are telling me, oh, here's a Bentley next to us right now. Gray Bentley, not bad. So there is some visible money out here. It's not completely poor, but it's just really odd to see a Bentley and a Lambo in the same neighborhood as a bunch of homeless people. It's kind of like what Miami or Las Vegas or Los Angeles is like, really, if you think about it. I've thought about backing off that topic. I've got a lot of people saying you're exploiting the homeless. I'm like, well, who's really exploiting the homeless? Have you ever thought about that? I've never had somebody say the dealers are exploiting the homeless. They're the ones who are really exploiting them. No, it's the YouTuber covering the topic that's exploiting them. Okay. It's not the dealers that are exploiting the homeless people. It's the YouTuber. Yep. It's not the dealers that's exploiting the homeless. It's the YouTuber. Yep. Makes perfect sense. That's really the dang YouTubers are causing homelessness. And yeah, right. It's not the dealers. It's not the corner stores and gas stations and nope, it's not them. It's not the vape stores. It's not the gambling arcades. It's the YouTubers that are the dang YouTubers. That's really the problem here. Yeah, the YouTubers are the ones that are really exploiting the homeless. It's not the gambling halls, the arcade places. It's not the liquor stores. It's not the dealers. Nope. It's the YouTubers. Yep. So over here, they're going to build, I think, a large apartment complex is coming to this intersection. But I don't know if there's anywhere to park. I remember I was working on... Now, I've been working on Siesta Key a lot. And I noticed that there's like what it looks like. Here's a bunch of shopping carts there on the right, so there's homeless people there. But I think there's a homeless chemist somewhere around here on the right, because I've seen like right around here in the bushes, I've seen like mattresses and stuff. And I'm thinking there has to be a homeless camp somewhere around here on the right. See if we can find it, because I've seen like people dragging mattresses and stuff into the woods around here. It's like one empty lot that I'm pretty sure is going to have some homeless camps on it. Right around here. And it's crazy because this is the entrance to Siesta Key. So, like, all the tourists, like, oh, it's probably going to be this empty lot right here. All the tourists that are going to Siesta Key drive through here. And then they see this, like, what looks like there's nowhere to park. I don't know if it's an abandoned building or something right around here. They might have cleaned it up already. But somewhere around here, I've seen like mattresses and stuff, and I'm like, dude, this is the entrance to Siesta Key. Like all the tourists that come here see this. Interesting. Yeah, we're on Siesta Key already. You know, it's odd that exists there. You know, that where all the tourists come here to see this splendid Siesta Key. And while we're at it, let's also notice some homeless folks. But it is what it is. Checking out from the Sarasota area. We're on the island now.